What's up, everybody? Welcome to some Wasitora Gundam out. I hope you're excited. As far as our opening hand goes, we have Bayou, Mountain, both dual signets. Yeah, I like this. We've got a, there we go, keep on that one. I always get really worried if I have a really good hand. I hit the mulligan button by accident, and I do not want to do that. But yes, we've got a great hand. We have Bayou, Mountain, we have double signets, we have Oracle to kind of start digging a little bit deeper. We do have Dreadbore to give as a present to Leovold. Better call Leovold over there, a little elf lawyer guy. Get out of here, buddy. We also have Blood Mist, so if we want to have a little bit of fun with Wasitora, we can go for that. Let's go ahead and get the Bayou down. I think that sounds good. Anything else? We're going to go and pass the turn. We are playing Wasitora. Wasitora has Flying and Trample. Whenever Wasitora deals combat damage to a player, that player sacrifices a creature. If that player can't, you create a 3/3 black, red, and green cat dragon creature token with Flying. Opponent's going to get down Sylvan Library. Alright, let's go ahead and get the mountain down. Let's kind of hold off on Herbborg as long as we can. Let's go for the Golgari Signet. I think that sounds good. Get the Golgari Signet down. Anything else, we'll pass it over to them. Playing against Leovold. Better call Leovold. Little, he's like an ambulance chaser, elf lawyer, pretty much. Each opponent can't draw more than one card each turn. Whenever you or a permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. And then I think, whenever you are permanent, and then target player... That player, no, that's not going to target, so we'll be able to get around that Leovold clause going for that that ability. So, hopefully, if we can get down Wasitora and start swinging in, kind of keep Leovold off the battlefield, that's the main thing we want to go for. We do have Xenagos in the hand, too. I think that was maybe one of our draws. That was kind of in between reading commanders, so... But, yeah, with Xenagos, that works really well with Wasitora, especially considering that she has Flying, which is really good. Opponent does get down Leovold. Let's go ahead and get the, let's get the Herbborg down. Let's go for the Rakdos Signet. Yeah, let's do that. Golgari Signet, Rakdos Signet. And then let's go and go for the Dreadbore. Yeah, I like that. Let's go Dreadbore. Let's do the Filter Mana first. That will be the death of me. Filter Mana on Leovold. They're going to get a card draw for the troubles, but hopefully we can just kind of keep them off the battlefield for a little bit. We're looking great. We do have up to 5 mana, so we can go for Wasitora next turn. You know, that does leave us open to some sort of removal spell from our opponent, but at this point right now, we can't really just kind of dance around a removal spell on our opponent. We need to get down Wasitora, because that's going to be the key in this particular matchup, is making sure that we keep Leovold off the battlefield. And in fact, we just played earlier, and my opponent got down to Teferi's Puzzle Box pretty quick, so that kind of that kind of closed the game out right there. Yeah, with Teferi's Puzzle Box, I'm pretty sure I'm right on this, but you can't draw more than one card each turn. So you get down to Teferi's Puzzle Box, you put all the cards on the bottom of your library, and then you have no more hand. So it's pretty much just kind of like a soft lock for Leovold. So I said, all right, you got this. You got this. You won. Leovold. Better call Leovold. He called me. I got lawyered. Okay. Drawn to Pulse. We can use that for Leovold if we want to. Now yeah, let's go Wasitora. They're tapped out. We don't have to worry about a counter spell. If they have a removal spell, so be it. I like doing this. Let's do that. It's gonna be green black. Let's add black. Rakdos Signet. Choose the black. That way we have a little bit of red for Wasitora. That's gonna be 1. Let's tap down for 1 more on the Bayou. And then anything else, we'll go and pass the turn. So, hopefully, fingers crossed, if Wasitora sticks around on the battlefield, we'll be in a good spot to start swinging in, getting those cat dragon tokens going. And then we can really start kind of amplifying it out. You know, we do a 5/4 Flying with Trample. Give it double strike, give it +5/+5. Whew, that's almost 20 commander damage right there. I'll take it. I've had a lot of fun playing Wasitora. In fact, if you didn't see the deck tag, this is pretty much just kind of like a Jund style deck in Modern. You know, we're running a lot of, we're running a few enablers for Wasitora. You can see we have Blood Mist and Xenagos in the hand. And we're also running a lot of Swords of blank and blank in here, because that is just, when you have a Flyer Trample, oh, a lot of fun. You definitely get some good triggers going. Let's go and shrink down Leovold since their opponent's got some good action going. All right, now our opponent is down to 2 mana. They have not gone for a removal spell just yet. They did get down Earthcraft. Tap an untapped creature you control, untap target basic. So we'll see if they're going to show for it, at least at this point right now. Maybe it's a bounce spell or something like that. Jace, whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card, then discard a card. So illusions. Okay, so we can tap that down. Look at this, the sequencing with Earthcraft. It's pretty sweet. Get the Guile down. All right, anything else? Now, one thing we do have to watch out for is Jace's Cunning Castaway with, I think, Doubling Season? I think with Doubling Season, it just goes infinite. But you have to have them both on the battlefield at the same time. But that is definitely a thing out there if you want to do that. Tons of little illusion creatures. And check out the art on it, too. It looks really good. Alright. See what we're drawing to. Drawing to Reanimate. Alright. So we swing in right now. We have the Pulse on Jace, which we can definitely do for that. We can go for Blood Mist. That's going to be 2 that they have to get rid of. Well, that'll be 2 creatures. Or if we go for Sword of Feast and Famine, that'll be another untapped step, and we're going to miss out on that one. I think, yeah, let's go for Sword of Feast and Famine. I think that's going to be the best matchup in this one. That's going to be pretty much pro whatever our opponent's got going on. Let's go for Sword of Feast and Famine. We can get it on there, get it equipped. Let's tap the filter mana first. There we go. Get it equipped on there. Let's go and swing in for 7. And we're going to attack our opponent. Yeah, we're going to go for that. Alright, swinging in for 7. It's going to put our opponent down to 12. That's going to be Wasitora trigger. They're going to have to sacrifice a creature and discard a card. And that's going to put them down to 1 card in the hand. Let's see what creature they get rid of. Eternal Witness. And then we still have Animate in the hand. I guess we go for Reanimate on Eternal Witness, Dreadbore on Jace. I think that's pretty good. I like that. It's a good tempo play right there. Alright, let's go and bring back Dreadbore back to the hand. Let's go and go for Yes, we're going to use that ability. Let's go for Dreadbore on Jace. Get out of here, Jace. Nobody likes you. Actually, some people do. I don't mind you, Jace. Anything else? We're going to go and pass the turn. Yeah, I don't mind Jace, actually. I think, Jace is an interesting character. I just think he suffers from being on the front of products too much. And I know that's what they're trying to do. And, Jace is, he's not that bad of a character, honestly. Actually, excuse me one second. Sorry about that. Jace is not that bad of a character. I think Jace is a pretty cool character. It's just, when you're the front runner for every single set, it just kind of gets old after a while. Like, and especially when they started to do the Gatewatch. I thought that it was a cool concept, but I think Wizards confused people loving Magic characters with their hatred for a really strong card. Especially when Gideon was in. When Gideon was in Standard, he was just a powerhouse in Standard. Even you can love Gideon as much as you want, but if you hate playing against that Gideon card, you're gonna associate that hate with Gideon. And I feel like I think Wizards, their idea was good, but now that they're backing off the Gatewatch thing, I think I'm kind of excited about that. I think they kind of realize that, I guess in a roundabout way, it's not really. What am I trying to say? It's just a little hard sometimes to push a certain character and push the cards and play with those cards every single set. Because when you go to new planes, I like Jace. Jace is a cool guy, but when I go to a brand new plane, I don't want to go play Jace on Innistrad. I want to play some zombie planeswalker or something. I think that's where all that hate from Jace kind of came from. Anyway, that's what it is. All right. So our opponent does tap out. They get down Leovold. They also go for Tireless Tracker and Illusion. So we've got some good stuff to go for. We have Pulse. At this point right now. Well, I think if we simply just go for Xenagos, protect from black and green, that's going to give it 7/14. I think that's going to be lethal if we go for commander damage. Let's go and do that. Let's go and tap the Signet down. Let's go black, tap the Rakdos down. Let's be black, red, tap that. Let's go for Xenagos. Oh, yes. Now, as far as Devotion goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's not going to count towards it. But yeah, so we get down the untapped target basic. Okay, let's see what they're going to go for. That's going to be 1 blue mana. So they may have a single bounce spell. Untap target basic, okay. Or simply a counter spell. If that's the case, then that's okay. We'll still get an untapped step with Wasitora swinging across. And we still have Pulse to go for on Leovold. Deprive, counter target spell. So we are setting at a 7/6. Any certain way we want to sequence this. Yeah, let's just go and push in. Okay, swinging with Wasitora. Swinging at our opponent, they're going to have to sacrifice a creature once we deal that damage, and get rid of a card left in their hand. That will leave Sylvan Library, though, for them to kind of dig a little bit deeper. Alright, got the Wasitora trigger. Let's get rid of the card, make them discard a card, we get to untap our lands. They get rid of that single island in the hand, probably going to sacrifice the illusion token. And I guess at this point right now, we could go for Pulse on Sylvan Library. They get to draw an additional card. We're going to go for that. They're going to have a ton of stuff from Sylvan Library and Mary's Guile. And we're going to be swinging in next turn. I guess what we need to do is make sure that they don't get a lot of card advantage. I guess, yeah, let's go and go for Pulse. Well, Yeah, we'll just go and kick it back over to our opponent. Let's say they have a flyer or something. We need to get in the air. I like holding on to pulls. They're sitting at 1 card in hand. I mean, 0 cards in hand. They have Sylvan Library to go for at the beginning of your draw step. So, yeah, I think I'm okay with this. Because if we go for Pulse on the Sylvan Library, they still have the Guile to go for to kind of shuffle the cards around and draw an additional card. So hopefully we can just survive this turn, especially if we have Sword of Feast and Famine out there, protection from black and green. But yeah, as far as the Gatewatch goes, you know, on the paper, it was a really cool, like, concept, you know, and, you know, if they did, like, a comic book or something like that, that would be, you know, enjoyable. Maybe I'm missing, you know, maybe they do a comic book. I don't really read. I play enough Magic to where it's kind of hard to, I can't take a break from playing Magic to go read Magic or different stuff like that, so I don't really keep up with a lot of the extracurricular Magic stuff out there. But yeah, as far as kind of forcing people to go for different gameplay stuff like that, and really pushing Jace and stuff, you know, it was an okay idea. I'm glad they explored it, and I'm glad that they did come out and say, like, hey, you know, we're gonna dial back the Gatewatch. It's okay. It also just kind of runs into like a kind of like a weird timing thing, you know, like all these people being over there. It's just kind of a weird thing. All right, opponent's gonna go for Skull Clamp. See, they're gonna equip it onto that Lotus Cobra. Get some card draw going. That will be good though, because tap and untap creature. So they're really sitting at about 2 mana right now. They're digging pretty deep. We do have the Wasitora commander damage coming across next turn, which will put them down to 21, so they almost need to find something for 2 mana to untap their creatures. That does put us on going for Pulse, if they wanted to get around the untap and land or something like that. Untap target basic, okay, let's see what they found. The main thing is, if they have a kill spell, we have Sword of Feast and Famine, so that's going to be really hard for them to kind of do anything with. And with them sitting at 1, we still have Eternal Witness coming across next turn, so we'll see what their Coalition Relic, okay. They can add a little bit of mana to their mana pool. And then equip on the Tireless Tracker. Tap an untapped creature you control. Am I missing something? I think we're good. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and push in on this one. Skeletal Scrying. Yeah, I think we're good. I'm trying to figure out what our opponent's got going on. Alright, we're going to go and swing in. And there we go. Alright, puts him down to -8. Sorry. I would have kind of put down the Blood Mist right there, but sometimes when people just kind of scoop up real quick or kind of pass the turn without saying good game, I'm like, are we about to walk into something? And actually, let me pull the game up real quick. Okay, I got the game pulled back up. But yes, you can see where we closed it out. We did hit exactly 21 commander damage and put our opponent down to -8. Now, one play that our opponent was going for, let's say that they had a little bit more life and maybe not commander damage lethal. With the Skull Clamp on the Tireless Tracker with that Wasitora trigger, they could have sacrificed the Tireless Tracker, kind of draw a few extra cards. So I thought that was a good line of play to go for. But we did close it out, and shout out to our opponent. We did play earlier, just a little bit of a channel note, and my opponent, they beat us with Teferi's Puzzle Box, so we're 1-1 against Leovold. So at least wanted to give them a shout out. That video was only like 5 minutes. Like 5-6 minutes, and that's never a good video to post up if it's only 5 to 6 minutes. So, but just videos note that our opponent did beat us earlier. So, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.